Because I'm sitting here thinking, I don't have a lot of yellows, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Hello there and welcome back to my channel. I make several videos a week all about cruelty-free beauty, so if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, hope you'll please consider subscribing. Now, today I want to go through my drugstore eyeshadow palettes and really declutter. I have been accumulating some things like just in my living space that I am planning on donating soon, whether it's clothing or decor or anything like that. And I also want to donate some makeup. I feel like my drugstore makeup palettes have gotten a little out of hand and I want to pare down because there are some that I know I never use and they could be going to someone who can use them. So now in this first little basket here, this is mostly LA colors, but there are some other palettes in here that I'll be going through. So first thing is I'm going to start out, well, this one right here, the LA Colors Hello Queens eyeshadow palette. I can go ahead and say that I'm keeping this one. I don't really want to keep it in my active collection, but it was a part of my very first PR package that LA Colors ever sent me, so I just want to keep it for the memories. Okay, these little palettes right here from LA Colors, these are like $1. You can pick these up at like Dollar Tree or any kind of like little discount store. I can't even remember. These didn't come from Dollar Tree. I got them somewhere else and they were $1 each. They're not the greatest of qualities. I mean, you can, like, they even have a scent to them, almost like you can smell like a perfumey scent to them, and I always associated that smell with kind of like children's makeup a little bit, but these just weren't, they're not like the worst palettes I've ever used, but they're not the best quality, and LA Colors has better eyeshadow palettes, but I mean, for $1, I can't really pick on them too much, but that was the purple one, and we had the blue one, and then the neutral one. And guys, I'm telling you, when it comes to LA Colors, I have a really bad collecting habit when it comes to them. It's like that collector streak comes out where I want all of their palettes, but that's not the way to be. I need to just buy the palettes that I genuinely want to use and try and not just accumulate them for no reason, because then they just go in the store and they just sit there, and that's not good. And this is the Glam palette from LA Colors. Okay, now this is another thing. You see, this is kind of like a smoky eyeshadow palette. I do not wear tones like that. I just really prefer lighter tone eyeshadows, or if I'm going to wear something a little more on my eyes, it's going to be more of like colorful eyeshadows. So these types of palettes like this are just not. So there again, so this is what I'm going to be letting go. All right, this is the nude one, and you can see like these look like they've never been touched, and I really feel bad about that. That's why I wanted to sit down and do this. These could be going to people who would love them, but they just don't get any use from me. Same, this is the rose palette. Very stunning shades, but I just don't touch it. Well, I can quickly see a little keep right here. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Frog. I'm definitely going to be keeping this one, even though this one was from Target. And it looks a lot different from the ones I've seen people use that they got from ColourPop's website, so I don't know if they changed it. And I'm definitely keeping this one. This is another Super Shock. This one is in the shade Ritz. This is my favorite Super Shock shadow from ColourPop. I really adore this one. I'm definitely keeping that one. Now, this little LA Colors little trio here, it had like, it come in, I think it was a summer collection from like a year or two ago, and it had like the fruit and stuff on it. It's got Hello Beautiful on the back. They don't even make this anymore. They kind of discontinue a lot of their stuff really quickly, and you know, it's like as soon as you get it, you can't find it anymore in the stores. The same with these little eyeshadow duos. I don't know if you can even still get these anymore, but they're really nice quality. These shimmer shades are gorgeous. And that one, I don't know if NYX still makes it, but NYX had a single shade called Mermaid. This looks just like it. So I'm definitely keeping that one. This one is called Twin Flame. And then we had this one, which is called So Cool. I'm gonna keep that one. That one kind of looks a little bit more, I like that one, so I'm gonna keep that one. This one is called Better Half. Pretty, but it's a little bit deep for me, this matte shade right here. It doesn't really look like it's picking up on camera like that deep, but it is kind of a deeper shade, so I'm gonna let that one go. This one's called Mirror Soul. This one's pretty, but I don't see myself really using that because I do have some of their bigger palettes like these that have some nude shades in that I plan on keeping, so I am going to let this one go. This is their little So Nude duo. This one definitely, the matte shade is way too deep for me, so I'm just going to pass that one along. Is in the shade Bestie. I like this one. I'm going to hold on to that one. I love this like really pretty peachy pink tone. That's the only reason why I'm keeping it. The shimmer shade is nice too. Okay, I can go ahead and say this one is called Lily. This is another one of those where it's just a little smoky palette, and I don't use these shades like that. This is like a little pigment shade that come in a advent calendar from LA Colors. It has no name on it, just loose eyeshadow, so I'm just gonna pass that along. Kind of the same here. This is one of their loose shimmery, it's shimmering loose eyeshadow in the shade Honeysuckle. I just don't ever use it. It comes with a brush. Like, I did think it was pretty cool because you take that and it has a brush with it. I thought that was kind of neat, but I never touched this. Found another one of those. This one's in the shade Sunshine. It's a really pretty gold, but I never use it, so I'm gonna pass that on. These ice pigments, these are amazing quality. I love the colors of these, so I'm definitely gonna hang on to these. I just think they're a little bit more unique, and I don't really have anything quite like them in my collection, so I'm gonna be holding on to these. Then I have like these little beauty pot eyeshadows. There were 4 in these little tins, and there were 3 eyeshadows. Some were shimmer and some were matte. Like, that's one of the shimmer ones in the shade Fresh Vibes. These are actually really nice. I think though that they're already been discontinued, which I don't like that. That's what I don't like about this brand. They have good products and then they'll discontinue it. This one is in the shade Pink Harmony. So pretty. I definitely want to keep these. They're really nice quality. I found them at Dollar Tree, but you can't find them anymore. This one's in the shade Bright Eyes. I honestly just like, there's 3 different shimmers, but I love swirling them all together and making like just one shimmer shade out of them. It's very pretty that way. And then this one is in the shade Hello There. And this one is a matte one where you get 3 matte shades in it. Okay, I can definitely go ahead and say I am keeping this one. This is the LA Colors Charming Beauty. This is from one of their latest palettes they just launched. There was like a collection of maybe like 6 or 8 of these. This is amazing quality, the quality that LA Colors can be known for, so this is a definite keep, and these tones are just beautiful. And then I have a ton of these like this that come in these palettes. These are some of my most favorite eyeshadow palettes from LA Colors. I think that this is where they shine, in this formula right here in these palettes like this. So I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to keep all of those because they're nice quality. And they're only like $2, $3 each. These are worth it, definitely. All right, these little trios here that you can get from Dollar Tree, I mean, I never reached for these. They're very cute. They're pretty, you know, pretty nude, and these pretty little pinky blue tones, but I never use them, so I'm just gonna pass these along. The same with these little palettes. I think the one I used the most was this one, which is the shade Playful. This one I got the most use out of, but I still think I might pass it on because I just think that they shine more in this type of packaging. Their formula in this packaging is much better quality than these. So I think I'm gonna pass all of these along as well. I'll show you the shades. This one is the shade Night Out. This one is in the shade Fling. This one is in the shade Hote. And this next one I think I'm gonna keep because I love the greens in this one. This one is in the shade Lucky. So I'm gonna hold on to that one. I like green eyeshadow. Okay, this little teeny nude palette from them also came in an advent calendar. Really nice quality, but you can't get this just so. There's no name on it other than just nude. Like that was, so I'm just gonna pass it along because I'd never be able to reference it in videos or anything, and they have other palettes that I like better. These I love, the Berry Kiss, the Peach Fuzz, and the Lemon Drop. I love these, and they have a blueberry one that I definitely want, but you have to order it from their website. I definitely want to keep these. These are really nice quality eyeshadow palettes. And then Berry Kiss. And then Peach Fuzz. I'm definitely going to hold on to these 3. They're really nice. Day to Night palettes. I never wear them. This one's called Sundown. It's just like a neutral. I never wear it. And this one is in the shade Sunset. Very pretty, but I never wear it. I'm going to pass it on to someone who can enjoy it. This is their shimmer eye palette in the shade Shine On, or the name of it is called Shine On. These are actually really nice shimmer shades in this palette. So I may hold on to this. I don't know. I'm going to put it to the side and I'll revisit it at the very end. So I'll come back to this one. This one I'm keeping. I love this one. This is the What's the Tea Matcha Mix Palette. I love this because I do like matcha. I do drink it. So I want to keep this one just really mostly for that because I just love that there is a matcha eyeshadow palette in my collection. These little 18 color palettes are pretty nice. This one's called Shady Lady, but they have redone these, as you can see. So I think now the names and stuff are different. This is one of the older ones. It's very pretty, but I never wear it. I never wear this, so I'm just gonna pass that along to someone who could really be getting use out of it. And then this one's called Diva Glam. Very pretty jewel tone eyeshadows, stunning palette. I just don't touch it. Oh, here's another one of these little trios. This one's Hello Gorgeous. Very nice quality palette, but you can't get this one anymore either. This was part of that limited edition collection, so I'm just gonna pass that one on as well. These two, all right, they're really hard to show because they reflect. These are some of the nicest quality that their brand has. This is the Socialite palette. The shimmers in these palettes are incredible. They are some of the nicest quality I have ever seen. These are definite keeps. And this one, invite only. I believe this is a color dupe for the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I might be wrong. I want to say I remember a YouTuber talking about that, how you can get the same colors in here as that palette. I don't know for sure. It's been a long time ago. But it does look like it kind of has some of those more cool tone shades that palette has, but very nice quality. These are excellent palettes. And then here's some Milani eyeshadow palettes in here. This is the, I think this is the face, but yeah, the all-inclusive eye, cheek, and face palette. This is for like the fair to light. Love this. I love the tones in this. I'm definitely keeping that. This is the Milani Gilded Nude. I'm definitely keeping that one as well. It's a really pretty palette. Then I have these 16 color eyeshadow palettes from them that I really actually do love the shimmer shades in here. These are mostly all shimmer. They're perfect to pair up with other palettes. So you know what? I think I am going to end up letting this one go instead. And honestly, I think I might hold on to these. I really do like these shimmer shades, especially this one. I love the nudes in this. Those greens. I can go ahead and say I'm keeping my e.l.f. palettes. I know that these were all from limited edition collections like the Retro Paradise, the J. Kissa To The Rescue palette. I know you can't get these anymore, but I really adore e.l.f. I love their eyeshadow palettes. I love their eyeshadow palettes, the Chipotle one. So I want to keep these. This is the Sweet 16 palette. This one is in the shade. This one's called Brave. I keep saying in the shade, but y'all know what I mean. This one's called Brave. Oh, I found another one of these little trios. This one's called Lotus, and we'll pass that one on. Actually, this is the Revolution and Emily Noel, the Needs palette. I just found this at TJ Maxx like not too long ago, like maybe a few weeks ago, and I have not used it yet. I've swatched it a little bit, but I definitely want to keep it because I want to use it. I thought about just using it in maybe like a short, like film a short with it, but I'm really happy to have that, so I'm going to keep that. All right, these palettes, I really recently mentioned these in a video. This one was the Frisky eyeshadow palette. You cannot get these anymore. These are old palettes. They've been discontinued, I think, a long time ago. And then here was the Flirty. You can't even get these now, so I'm just going to pass them on. This one was their holiday palette from last year. This is the Dreamy Eyes palette. I used this quite a lot in some of the earlier videos in my channel. I did like one look with it, and then I went back and did, I think, maybe 3 looks. It's okay. It's not the best quality that they have. So I'm just going to pass that one on too. You can't get this one anymore now anyway. I don't believe it was a holiday palette. So I'm just going to pass that along and let somebody else enjoy it. Okay, so that is the first container done. So let's just put the palettes back in that I'm going to be keeping and see how much more neater that this is going to look. And maybe I can add more palettes into this one in the future that I actually do want, mind you. much, much neater with room to spare. And there we have the ones I'm getting rid of. I don't think I did pretty bad. So on to the second container. Okay, a drugstore palette container number 2. I have 2 others of these containers with drugstore palettes. I don't know yet if I'm going to divide this into 2 separate parts or not. It depends on how much footage I have, so I'm gonna see about that, so I don't know. Now this one's kind of like an array of drugstore palettes. There's all kinds of stuff in here. I have no idea. So let's just start. Well, okay, first of all, I can go ahead and say, my bite-sized palettes, I have all of them except for one. I never got the one, what was it called? Was it like creamsicle or orange sickle? I never got that one. And is that one still available? If it is, I want it. Because I have all of these and, nope, that's not one. I have all of their bite-sized palettes and I love them and I am keeping them. And nobody can make me get rid of them. I want them. I think I might have got all of them out. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely keeping those, as well as these 2 right here from CoverGirl. This is their Clean Color Eyeshadow Palettes. These are amazing. I am keeping them. I'm keeping this too from e.l.f. I really love e.l.f. That was limited edition. You can't get it anymore, but I want it. And this is like a little single shadow from Believe Beauty. This one's called Pink Quartz. It's kind of like they call it a gel to powder eyeshadow. It's really lovely, so I am going to keep that. I can just, this one I might struggle with a little bit more because I want to keep these 2, my little CoverGirl. This is in the shade Mink, and then this one is Shimmering Sands. I'm going to keep both of those. Alright, I have these 3 little eyeshadow trios from Paris Hilton. They don't have any names on them. They're just little trios. I don't remember the quality on these. It's been a long time since I've used them. I thought they were really neat and I love the packaging and everything, but I think it's safe to say I can let these go because I don't even remember the quality of them. And this little Milani eyeshadow duo, this one's called BFF, I guess that's the name of it. I am going to keep this one. I love these tones in this. This is like a perfect everyday little duo, so I'm going to keip that. Alright, we've got some ColourPop palettes. This one is their Petals on Point palette. I did not like this palette. It was just so powdery and patchy. I just did not enjoy it. I don't know. The formula was just not as good on this one as it is on some of their other palettes, so I am going to let that one go. Alright, I've got the Frozen palettes, the Anna and Elsa palettes. I mean, very, very pretty, but I don't ever wear this one, so I'm going to pass this one along. And then there's the Anna one. I really do like the Anna one. I love the color scheme in this one, so I think I'm going to hold on to Anna and let go of Elsa. These 2 I'm going to keep. I used to be obsessed with My Little Pony. I used to love them and adore them, and I still think they're cute, so I am going to definitely keep that one. Even if I don't use it anymore, I'd really just want to keep it for this packaging, so it might go into like a memory box, like a collector's box or something. I definitely want to keep that. And this one I really love. This is their Sweet Talk eyeshadow palette. I love peachy pinky tones, and this is a stunning, stunning, stunning palette, so I'm definitely going to keep that one. Alright, I have these 3 from Joa Beauty. I think they still have these. I know their other eyeshadow palettes they discontinued, but now Joa has these bigger eyeshadow palettes that I think one of them looks like it's a dupe for one of the Huda Beauty palettes. I don't know that. I don't own it. But I never reach for these. They're very pretty, but I don't reach for them, so I'm just going to pass these along. The same with these. These are their old packaging. Remember this? They had like the cardboard kind of with the little plastic window. This is their old packaging. They don't make these anymore. These have been discontinued, so I'm just going to pass these along. Oh, we got another one here from Paris Hilton. There's no name. Just a little nude moment. Pretty, but I don't remember what the quality was on this. I wish I could remember. Maybe I should use her eyeshadow palettes one more time before I let them go, just so I can remind myself of the quality. I don't know, but I'm just gonna pass it on for now anyway. Her palette, her makeup, you can only find it like places like Burlington, TJ Maxx, so it's kind of hard to reference, but you know, so I'm just gonna pass that along. Oh, I found another little bite size. I'm gonna keep that one for sure. I love their bite size palettes. Also, I'm gonna keep this one. This is the e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette. I'm gonna keep that one. I think you can still get these actually. I'm not sure, but I am going to keep it. I have a hard time with e.l.f. Alright, the ColourPop It's My Pleasure palette. This is a palette I don't really use. So you know what? I'm going to pass that along. This is the Baby Got Peach. Keeping it. Love peach. I can never be without peach. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. Keeping. Don't probably need to do that, but I'm gonna. Alright, the Lilac You A Lot palette. Ooh, these are pretty. You know what? I might hold on to that one. I like that one better than the It's My Pleasure palette. So I'm going to keep this one. I'd like to use that again. All right, this is the Miss Bliss. I know I don't need to keep 1,000 peachy palettes, but they are my favorite palettes in the world. I love the colors. I'm going to keep that one. I'm definitely keeping this one. This is the Coast to Coral. I just used this one recently for a short that will be coming. Well, actually, by the time these videos are up, that will have already been up. So if you want to see a little eye look with this palette, make sure you check out my shorts. Keeping, this is like my favorite ColourPop palette of all time. I love this one so much. I thought for sure I'd be able to hit pan soon because you can kind of see a significant dip in that. This is one of my favorite palettes of theirs. I love this one. Keep. Okay, I'm going to keep the Milani Luminoso palette. Really enjoy this. There again, peachy pinky tones. All right, I'm going to keep this Pixie and Hello Kitty Glow palette. I really do enjoy this palette. I'm going to keep that one. Now this one I'm keeping. This is the Hard Candy little monochrome shadow palettes. This one is in Buzz. I like this one. I love yellows as well, so I'm gonna keep that one. I'm not doing too good with this box because a lot of these I really do love. The Profusion Ethereal and the Harvest, I'm gonna keep those. I like those. Not doing too good. And I can go ahead and say I'm keeping all of my really big ColourPop. I have the Your Golden, the Bare Necessities, the Stone Cold Fox, and then the So Jaded palette, which was in collab with Kathleen Lights. Definitely keeping those. Their large palettes are like my favorite. Alright. Now I have the Profusion Gold Rush palette. Now a part of me wants to keep that because I'm sitting here thinking, I don't have a lot of yellows, but yeah, I'm going to keep it. This one I'm going to let go. This is the Nude Bliss. This is stunning, but I mean, I have these shades 10,000 million times. I'm going to let this one go. All right, this is the LA Girl Pro Jewels. This is a recent purchase of mine, so I am going to hang on to it. I do want to use it more. I've used it once, and it was very stunning, so I do want to continue using this one. This one's newer to my collection, so I'm going to keep that. And you can't make me get rid of this. This is the Profusion and Mean Girls North Shore High School Yearbook. Look at how pretty that is. Like, come on. Try not to glare too much here. I'm keeping that for sure. And this one, you can't get this one anymore, and I hate it. This was the Born exclusive palette that LA Girl put out years ago for the holidays. Oh my gosh, it's stunning. I mean, look how pretty that is. Like, look. It's such a beautiful palette. I know you can't get it anymore, but I want it, and I'm keeping it. And they really should have made this permanent. It was such excellent quality. Okay, so I kept more in that than I got rid of, but these are just palettes I really do enjoy, so I'm gonna put these back now. Maybe now they'll fit better. There. And there's the ones I'm getting rid of from this container. Didn't do as good as the other one, but I did part with some, so that's what counts. And then my palettes are much more organized now. I don't know if I am going to divide this up into 2 parts yet. I won't know until I go to edit my video and see how long it is. So I am going to go ahead and say right here after this, thank you so very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this declutter, and I probably will, of course, be doing more in the future. Bye!